third generation, ni yang paling effective sekali. Sometimes orang dah ada tattoo semua. I think you've seen a lot of Malaysian ada tattoo and that.
But as you were mentioning, sometimes people come here, they're looking for work, and that's a priority because they need to escape from their hardships and look for support their families. But unfortunately, if they don't stay on top of that Islam thing, later by later, generation by generation, the Islam is lost, and now the kids can even lose completely their Islamic identity, right? When I was teaching at this Arabic schools or whatnot, a lot of the kids, they go to public schools, and then so on Saturday the parents hope to send them to Islamic schools, and mashallah, may Allah bless them, because that's an incredible step. But I definitely have to say that, like, going to public schools, just imagine a kid, he is all he's hearing around him is all of these social, and we know how the society is nowadays, it's really derogatory. So he's spending his time, and that's all 90% of the time he spends his time around all of these terrible things. High school, imagine he gets even worse with all of your classmates, drugs, all these parties on the weekend, innit? Alcohol. So then, and then you want to think by 10% on the weekends of his time he can go and recite the Quran and then become a person who is going to look after himself. Unfortunately, there's a lot more that needs to be done.
You mentioned about parents and then school in Arabic school. I was a student in Arabic school. Right. I have experience as well. I feel sad in a way, like budak sekolah 6 tahun, 10 tahun tak tahu nak ambil uduk. Can you imagine that? That's baca Quran. One of my friends, anak, dia tak boleh baca Quran yang Arabic ni, dia kena guna apa yang translator. They have to use that. Dah high school. Can you imagine that? So kita lain di Malaysia. Alhamdulillah, di Malaysia kita ada sekolah agama. Kita ada that institute yang menjaga. Kita ada that education, proper structure education agama. And then if parents ada option untuk hantar anak-anak dia, and environment is very good. Definitely. So here is very struggle lah.
A lot of people look at living overseas that you can get a great job, you can get a lot of wage. Alhamdulillah, you can. It's got its struggles, but this part isn't really talked about. Like, living overseas has incredible challenges with looking after the kids, and just the culture here, like as I was saying, drinking, whatnot. It's just huge. Raising your children, which are your biggest responsibility, right, in front of Allah Subhanahu Wa Taala. You have to make sure your kids are. Just the amount of time and effort that goes into it is incredible.
Subhanallah, to be honest, I would say Kifi punya family is one of the good families example.
I mean, I hope so.
Like your dad, your mom, I personally know them. Macam mak angkat dengan ayah angkat lah kan. So diorang, I know how they raise their kid, very good. Even your sibling, everyone is very good, well mannered and all that. Of course lah, yang nakal-nakal siapa yang biasa lah tu ni agam juga kadang ni. Tapi look, that's normal for the kids. Tapi even if you compare like Arabic school, waktu Arabic school, me, you and my wife pun pernah mengajar dekat sana. Orang Melayu, orang Indonesia, it's better in a sense, like diorang punya hafazan, diorang punya manners compare dengan orang lain lah. I don't want to mention any, but actually how your family survive in this environment.
So I'll talk about my family and then also about Melayu community here lah. So my family, well, actually when we first coming, we were living in Port Pirie, rural town 3 hours away, and even then that place had no masjid, no halal butcher, no halal place to eat lah. So it's a Muslim. So Australia is already Muslim minority, Adelaide is already Muslim minority. This one is not even minority. You wouldn't even consider them. There was only like 10 Muslim families.
10 Muslim families. 50?
Less. No, wait. No, not 50 people. I think like 40 people. Or actually, maybe my counting's wrong. I can't remember. But look, what happened is, so in my school, not even the only Muslim. We were the only non-white people lah, to say the least. So that environment has a lot of recipe for going different ways. Tapi what I was really blessed with is that my dad really made sure that all of us weekends, after school, have to khatam Quran before a certain age.
Ada rotan tak? Kang. Ada rotan.
So I have to baca all of the Iqra books, went from start to finish. Juz Amma, and then baca Quran biasa, Quran besar, and khatam semua. And then when we khatam balik Malaysia kat kampung buat lah macam khatam ni. So that was really thing. It was alhamdulillah, my dad was able to really maintain the fact that we need to have that Islamic upbringing. And then I was also blessed and fortunate that in the time, what we did, because there was only 10 Muslim families, so we used to rotate that we solat Jama'ah every Isha or Maghrib during daylight saving, and then after that baca hadith from Riyadus Salihin. Right, my dad was, so I guess you could say, the local imam lah, but he's imam of the community lah, so to speak. And then you rotate, and then ada makan-makan lepas tu lah. So all the kids come, we solat Isya, and sometimes dengar hadith, or sometimes pergi main PS2 dalam bilik lain. And then so we'd have that. So having, again, it comes down to having an Islamic community that the Muslim kids have somewhere to go. Because a lot of the days nowadays, we say, okay, youth can't go clubbing, can't go partying. Obviously, it's haram. But what's the opportunity? What's the alternative for them, right? So that's what Muslim communities here in Muslim minority countries have to be proactive in doing.
And they are, actually.
And they are. So that's why futsal nights are one of the things that you try and do and whatnot. So then back to my experience. So that was the first part. Right, alhamdulillah, having my family. But then when we moved here to Adelaide, we went to an Islamic school, and you would think that when you go to an Islamic school, things would be more,
mashallah, madrasah,
settled, everyone can read Quran. I'll tell you what, man, when we went to the Islamic school here, like obviously a lot of word, and Islamic schools are definitely endorsing them, but it's not what you think. The kids there, some of them are not able to read, and this is like they've been in Islamic school from year 1 until year 10, and they still can't read. Right? Because in the end of the day, if the kids go into Islamic school but his family doesn't have that pushing of having, they have to, a tradition at home that you read Quran and whatnot, then the kids are going to struggle themselves as well. And then even Muslim graduates of Muslim schools sometimes, a lot of the time end up places where they shouldn't. So I guess family and community are the two biggest things. Having that environment where Muslim minorities can go to would be the biggest thing.
Yeah. Like when you mention about families, individual, memang at the end of the day kita kena start diri kita lah. First individual, and then after that you build your family, like what you did, alhamdulillah, build the family, and then you mentioned about your community. You try to you try to
definitely
proactive to do something, not just to sitting there, it's okay, what we can do. So that's involved with the community. So if all the community is good, you build a really nice circle of community.
And I think to answer your question, as you said, when we all experience that when we teach in Islamic, the Islamic school, that the Malay kids, Indonesian kids are the ones that hafazan lebih.
It's good, it's better lah.
I think one of the big reasons why that is because when you're from Malaysia and Indonesia, we have the privilege and the barakah that we have that tradition where khatam, iqra, semua of reading Quran and whatnot for the most part. And then we, alhamdulillah, families are able to bring it here, and we hope it can continue for years to come, and they're able to do that lah. Tapi maybe some of the other places, if they're especially refugees and whatnot, they're not in that privileged position. Exactly. So then it's our duty to help and empower the other kids who maybe didn't have the opportunity, inshallah.
It's very interesting to hear your story, because man, alhamdulillah, like you mentioned, kat Malaysia I'm different, man. Like after you habis sekolah rendah, you go to sekolah agama. Even my mom sent me to one of the private Islamic for a couple of years, and I study a lot. Even I can speak Arabic, but now I lupa.
Definitely.
So it's different, like, and then, but Kifi, at the end of the day, this is the experience of my life. I saw people daripada tak ada apa-apa datang sini jadi a better Muslim. Berubah 100%. Nampak Islam because of the minority here. So look, I have to appreciate my Islam. But ada juga orang yang daripada Malaysia yang dah pergi sekolah, all this sekolah agama, tafiz, datang sini, look, I try all this thing, I want to enjoy myself. So at the end of the day, the important thing is the end of your life, macam mana kita nak akhiri perjalanan hidup kita kan. Key point I would say is make sure your friends, your circle of friends, your rakan sebaya, kat sekolah panggil PRS. Apa? Bukan perosak rakan sebaya. I was PRS, bukan ni pemimpin rakan sebaya. So your circle of friends yang orang yang baik-baik, yang nak ke arah agama, yang nak improve themselves. If you put yourself dengan kawan-kawan yang I don't know what to say, but it's up to you. It's your life, your choice. So myself, I datang I memang cari sini. Actually I came with my dad untuk tengok dari rumah macam. I jumpa there's one community sini, ada yang PhD student yang ada family and very good. Diorang ada macam weekly usrah halaqah. It's good for me, like, look, Malaysia, you have a lot of opportunity. Surau ni buat ceramah, surau tu buat ceramah, surau ni buat ceramah, so you can choose topic, everything. You can go like big ceramah kan. But here you don't have that kind of stuff, And then alhamdulillah, we have the usra, we have the thing, the hadith. Sometimes the simple thing that you mentioned, read the hadith after macam rumah Wujang dulu. The culture is very good. Diorang sini-sini semua baca hadith, lepas maghrib baca hadith. And
tradition always, for years it continued, right?
Yeah, and then solat subuh, diorang semua solat subuh dekat masjid. I was like, wow, kan. And then not like wow, lopek. Macam bukan, it's not that like that. Macam wow, I want to be like that as well. So that's bring myself. Even alhamdulillah, I would say experience here pelik I datang sini, I become more, I'm not saying Muslim, I become more conscious, I become more close to
your deen,
close to your deen. I can feel it, but I'll always a long way to improve. But thanks to my senior and the community that helped
end
me.
Of the day, I guess the blueprint's the same. It's about amongst Malaysian students, we yang cakap same language, bahasa sama semua. So it's building that community so that we can all have each other to further value our deen and make sure we can look after it, right? Cause
that's true.
So that's the end of today's topic, and I hope everyone benefited lah. As usual, you can get our podcast on YouTube. Keep up to date with us on Instagram, and you can listen to us on Spotify. That's the end for today. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Salam.